Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! I must say, it is a wonderful, lovely feeling when some girl hits your subscribe button because she is one who loves your videos. Thank you so much to the 2,770 subscribers that I put up on this YouTube channel who have put up with me for the last year and a half. Some of the very first subscribers that I have on this YouTube channel are still here and still as incredibly supportive as they were over a year and a half ago, but it is such an honor to welcome new subscribers to this YouTube channel every single time I upload a video. God love your hearts. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all so much, and I love creating Descendants and Zombies videos for each and every one of you who believe that zombies and a zombie invasion could possibly happen. I am really excited to see where we go from here with the Zombies franchise. One should never believe that a zombie apocalypse will never happen, because I really believe that there is a chance that a zombie invasion will take us all. We're all going to go down at the hands of a zombie invasion, let me just say this. And I have prepared for this for years because I have taken the liberty of moving into a home so far away from a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode. And to make matters worse, this house is haunted. If you watch any of my videos in the nighttime, you will hear excessive banging, shit blowing up in the background. Stuff really hits the fan in the nighttime here, and I would recommend that you watch some of my videos in the nighttime because you will have a whole lot of fun being really spooked out. Ever since I was a kid, I loved the supernatural. I love stories about vampires. I love stories about witches and sirens. And when I heard the speculation of sirens being involved with the Zombies franchise, it was a really holy shit moment for me, because I was really excited about sirens seeing their introduction into the Zombies franchise. It is one of the biggest threats of witches' history to have a siren involved into a plot, and could provide us with so many unique twists and turns. And to add it to the mix, we've got the relationship between Victor and Nova going to take center stage with the Zombies franchise. Who out there is really excited about it? I, for one, have been left brokenhearted because Addison now has gone off to cheer college and will never return for the Zombies franchise. She is behind the camera now. So all that's left for Jonathan Clarke to do, the only option left, is for Jonathan Clarke to put his heart out there for Addison to come back to the Zombies franchise, and for Zombies 5 to revolve around Vampire Slayer Jonathan Clarke seeing his introduction out of the smoke and out of the abyss, trying to win the heart of Meg Donnelly. I will do that. I will win Addison's heart one way or another because she is so beautiful and she is so incredibly talented. Boy, did she ever bring the Zombies franchise to life. I'm going to miss her. Forever and always, I've been a huge fan of Zombies. For those of you who are new here, I've had the biggest crush on Addison Wells for what feels like forever. And if you could help me out by winning the heart of Addison Wells by hitting the subscribe button and sending a message of, positive vibes, I guess you could say, towards my way, because I never seem to get enough support. I would be greatly appreciative of that, because then I could learn Japanese from Addison. I could win her heart in a way that Meg Donnelly was never won over by people like Milo Manheim's character, although they did live together apparently for a number of years. I will win Addison's heart one way or another. The hero will survive this story, I believe. I've always believed that vampires, werewolves, witches, zombies, sirens could live together in a world, and now mermaids, seeing their introduction into the Zombies franchise, makes this one that much more exciting. I live on an island where there are a lot of legendary tales about mermaids. People have even seen mermaids on boating expeditions over the years. I, for one, have never ever encountered a mermaid, although I have encountered a lot of beautiful girls in my lifetime who I thought were mermaids. I thought it was a rumor they might have been mermaids. And often in the nighttime, when I would hang out with them, I would expect them to transform into a mermaid and jump in the water of the sea, because it is quite lovely here, although I never had the opportunity to do it. My friend from New York invited me on a mermaid excursion a couple of days ago, and I never took him up on the opportunity to do it. But I love living here on this island because there are so many legendary tales about ghosts, mermaids, pirates, ghost ships, people who go missing all the time. It is a beautiful place to shoot zombies. Now, they chose Toronto and New Zealand for the locations to shoot zombies, but I think that this place here is quite lovely and quite extravagant, and I would love for the opportunity to be given to me to produce or direct zombies, because I think I could really bring it to life in a way that zombies has never been brought to life before. I, for one, am actually studying the language of zombie tongue, and learning how to say words like "I love you" in zombie. I don't know how well I'm doing with that, but I do appreciate how Zombies has really inspired us to really believe in second chances and to really believe in hope. Because hope was really stilled in all of our minds because of the relationship between Addison and Zed being looked at in such an emphatic way, with the the Zombies franchise. I really appreciated how they really brought the friendship between a girl and a zombie to life in the very first movie in 2018. I remember seeing this for the very first time. I was spending Hanukkah with my sister at the time. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, you celebrate Hanukkah? Yeah. You're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, what are family members of yours Jewish? No, I just celebrated Hanukkah, and that's when Zombies premiered in 2018, and it was a whole lot of fun. I said that this sci-fi movie was going to be the first to really achieve success, and unprecedented success, after High School Musical had gotten so many great reviews over a decade and a half ago, and I was the biggest High School Musical fan ever. And when I say I was the biggest High School Musical fan ever, one had better believe that I was the biggest High School Musical fan ever. I think who I really fell in love with from High School Musical was Ashley Tisdale's character, Sharpay Evans. She really brought that one to life, and I think that Sharpay, with having her heart broken at the end of the movie, was a beautiful character that I loved so much from High School Musical fame. I also appreciated Vanessa Hudgens. Now, Vanessa Hudgens has gone elsewhere with her life. She wants to become involved with the pro wrestling industry. And I know a thing or two about the pro wrestling industry. She's actually even tried to wrestle inside of an actual wrestling ring. It's something I wouldn't advise Vanessa Hudgens to do. So I think that while she's trying to become a pro wrestler now, I think fans have moved on from High School Musical to Zombies, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Zombies will do by the time we see Zombies 5 and what kind of script we will see. For those of you who were hoping that we will see Mila Manheim and Meg Donnelly don their roles again as Addison and Zed in Zombies 5, there is an apparent rumor that we could see them make an appearance, if not a cameo, in Zombies 5 to provide direction and life lessons to Malachi Burton and Freya Sky's characters Nova and Victor. So there is a chance we could see them in Zombies 5, although the chances of that happening are very rare, second to none. I, for one, would have loved to have been a vampire slayer in Zombies. I always said that I wanted to kick the ass of Dracula, because I've always had something to do with vampire TV over the years. And when I say vampire TV, I've done stuff with Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I've done stuff with Vampire Diaries, True Blood. I've had something to do with everything, and I would love to kind of get back into it. I've always wanted to live that kind of lifestyle like Tom Cruise and dangle from a helicopter while I was shooting thousands of zombies, trying to outlast every single one of them. And to prepare myself, I have played every survival video game there is having to do with horror. From The Last of Us to Resident Evil to Days Gone, I played them all. So I would like to invite the Zombies cast for a game night. If in fact they do take me up on the opportunity to shoot zombies here on this island, I would love to take Mila Manheim on in a game of The Last of Us, or Dead by Daylight, or Days Gone, or something like that. I would love to, have game night with these guys, because they seem like real hardcore gamers. I've got Wi-Fi all over this house, Wi-Fi upstairs, Wi-Fi downstairs, so the girls can be downstairs, the guys can be up here with me playing video games. We'd have a whole lot of fun. I've always just wanted to bring, for those of you who are new here, I've just always wanted to bring zombies to life in a way that it's never been brought to life before. From what I've heard about Freya Sky, the newest member of the Zombies cast, she loves McDonald's and having midnight McDonald's runs and eating Big Mac cheeseburgers. So, actually, right on cue, there is a zombie apocalypse happening outside my window for those of you who can hear the sirens. Oh, shit. I may have to bolt any given moment. Usually this happens in the nighttime, not in the middle of broad daylight, and nothing was ever reported on the radio today, either on the internet or on the actual radio, about a zombie apocalypse breaking out, although it does tend to happen from time to time. Those of you who caught my video a couple of nights ago, it was during the most severe thunderstorm in the history of this island. Stuff started blowing up, really creepy noises, really loud thunder and lightning. I didn't think I was going to make it out of it alive, but thanks to each and every one of you who watched the video and the YouTube recommendation system pushing it that much further out into the YouTube recommendation system, the video was watched by hundreds of people, and I can't thank you enough for that. I'm going to have to start lifting weights, I guess, to get in shape for Zombies, because a lot of these guys are lifting weights for the Zombies franchise, doing the whole football regimen thing. I've never been a football player. But I have lifted weights before. I just haven't done it for a very long time. So if in fact you think I should start lifting weights, do please hit the like button and let me know, or leave it in the comments for me if you think I should be a part of the Zombies franchise. I know a lot of people prefer seeing Malachi Burton's character Victor and Freya Sky's character Nova in this relationship over the story of Zed and Addison having been told and believed to have been completed. But one should never believe that a story is over, because a story, I've always believed, is far from over. And I've read every legendary story there is, from the story of Dracula to the story of the gargoyles. Remember how the ancient creatures would turn to stone on top of a church in New York City. Remember that cartoon Gargoyles? It lasted from 1994 to 1999. David Gallagher did the voice of Goliath on that show. I would love to see gargoyles. See, this is what I'm talking about. You know, gargoyles seeing their introduction into the Zombies franchise. Creatures that become real-life creatures after the sun sets, after creatures turn from stone into actual living, breathing organisms. There is so much to be done with the Zombies franchise. One can talk about sirens, but one can also talk about pirates and gargoyles and trolls and goblins and witches. Why are people saying that we're running out of supernatural creatures to talk about or to see their introduction into the Zombies franchise? One has to believe and inspire the other's imagination. Like, one should not be creating videos on YouTube saying there is not going to be a zombie apocalypse. Sure, there is going to be a zombie apocalypse. Every day the chances of a zombie apocalypse increases by 5%. You can get that from some of the guys that you probably dated in your past relationships in high school. They never ever notice anything you do. They never ever pay attention to anything you do. They never say anything common sense-wise in conversations with you over the phone. And their text messages are all jumbled up because some of them are probably suffering from dyslexia. And they've never even admitted it to you. And if one is suffering from dyslexia, you know that he could be a vampire or a zombie. And the chances are significantly higher, especially if he's suffering from dyslexia. You can never be too sure about being in a relationship with a guy who may or may not be a zombie or a vampire. I had this conversation actually last night with one of my girlfriends. She was writing me on her birthday, and I texted her a message, and I said that most of the guys in her life are probably zombies, but they're not revealing to her that they are zombies, so they have to be very careful. She has to be very careful because I know she's very genuinely sweet, like many of you are, and I just want to put it out there that you can never be too sure that your best friend or your boyfriend may or may not be a zombie, so one can never be too prepared. But thankfully you have this show, and as long as you are subscribed to this show, I will let you know the signs of your boyfriend possibly going through a zombie infection or a transition from a human into a vampire. Always remember that if your boyfriend is turning into a vampire, to either provide them with the opportunity to feed on something, which usually could be an animal, within 24 hours after becoming infected so the transition can be completed. If not, get the hell out of Dodge and stay at your girlfriend's house, because shit's really going to hit the fan, and then you're going to have to call Jonathan Clarke for pointers on what to do. But I'll be there with you in the middle of a zombie infection or a vampire invasion, because I will help you. Apparently, there are reports that there is a alien mothership on the way to Earth to kill us all. And if in fact there is an alien mothership on the way to Earth to kill us all, I've been trying to get abducted by aliens for years. Although I have never succeeded, I think that zombies has inspired me to believe that there was a chance that I could be abducted by aliens far more than I ever believed when I was a kid. You know, so many nights I would lie out on my lawn in front of my house, and my mom thought I was crazy, telling me to come inside and shut the door, but I would tell mom to go away because my ultimate goal in life was to be abducted by aliens, do the whole Scotty beam me up kind of thing. And I never had the opportunity to. It looked kind of cool on all those alien invasion shows where people had apparently been abducted. But one should notice in the alien documentaries where people have claimed to be abducted by aliens, they never ever can remember where they are. I, for one, if I was abducted by an alien mothership, I think I would remember looking at Alf in the face, saying, "Hey man, what's up?" You know, if I was abducted by an alien and on planet Melmac for a couple of hours, I think I would remember it. But everybody who apparently is abducted can never remember where they were or what happened to them. They just get abducted and they wake up the next morning in their bed eating an egg of waffle. I don't know. But yeah, one can never be too prepared or too sure that they will never be abducted by aliens. I think that saying you will never have this happen to you is just really jumping to a conclusion. I think that the Zombies franchise is going to have a very, very cool future and a very nice vibe to it. I think that Freya Skye and Malachi Burton's characters look very lovely together and very content. They look really at peace. And I enjoyed seeing the way that they were brought into the Zombies franchise, having seen each other in their dreams near halfway through the movie. Of course, they realized that they were real and they were meant for each other. And songs like Dreams Come True and Go My Own Way, which was an awesome way of introducing these characters, really put into perspective, just how far love can take you. I think that when somebody truly loves somebody, they will understand you and they will accept you for who you are, take great pride in getting to know you for what you love, what you don't like, what frustrates you, what makes you happy. I think it takes a real genuine person, a really genuine couple to outlast the test of time. And I think this couple is really going to do that when you talk about Malachi Burton and Freya Skye, whom I'm a really huge fan of. I've been a huge fan of Malachi Burton ever since I first heard the news of him joining the Zombies cast, and I thought he was going to offer a lot. I am not very fond of a lot of guys who have worked with Disney in the past. I have said this about many of them over the years, like Ross Lynch and Zac Efron. I was never the biggest fan of Zac Efron or Ross Lynch, but Malachi Burton is someone who I am very particularly fond of. And I say this because he's just such a nice person. I saw that at the Worlds Collide Tour when they had a Q&A at a number of different venues, and he was talking to the fans, and he treated them with such respect. And I could only wish that more stars of Disney who were guys would treat the fans with more respect than what they are being treated with, because I think a lot of people really take for granted how special fans are. I mean, you guys glowed at the Worlds Collide Tour. That was the thing about you guys. You really glowed, and there was just something really special about the presence of fans at the Worlds Collide Tour. They enjoyed the crowd surfing. They enjoyed the interactions. They enjoyed asking questions. They even gave gifts to the stars. I think that the stars should be giving more gifts to you guys, because you showed up and you really glowed at the Worlds Collide Tour. And I must say that some of you girls that were at the Worlds Collide Tour, you were dressed very beautifully. Your golden dresses that sparkled, gorgeous. And I think that you looked more beautiful than the stars, really. You really brought the Worlds Collide Tour to life, if anything, and I give you a profound amount of credit for that, because you really did make these stars stand out and shine, perhaps more than they ever thought they were going to do. So I want to say thank you to everybody who showed up at the Worlds Collide Tour and really made this a special experience for everybody. It was really enthralling seeing the interactions between the stars and all of you guys, and how Kylie Cantrell wanted to crowd surf and had the opportunity to do that, of course at your expense when you caught her. I, for one, would love to crowd surf, come to think of it. It's funny that Kylie Cantrell says she wanted to crowd surf, because Kylie Cantrell is achieving all of my dreams. Hey, if I was a part of the Worlds Collide Tour, you girls would catch me, right? Because I'm a really cute guy, and yeah, you would catch me, right? So you'll hit the subscribe button and the like button, because you're going to catch me at the Worlds Collide Tour. I've always had this dream of wanting to crowd surf. I had a lot of guys who were in independent bands on the independent band circuit years ago who always had a dream of wanting to be an indie rocker and wanting to be crowd surfing and everything. So it became a dream of mine to want to do that and kind of one-up them. So if I join the Zombies or Descendants cast, you guys will catch me, right? Man, come to think of it, I've always wanted to live in Seabrook. I've always wanted to live in a world where zombies and humans and vampires and werewolves and aliens could coexist. I have to give it to the creators of Zombies, though, because usually for a show like The Vampire Diaries years ago, the show focused on just vampires and werewolves and witches. I guess because that was the trend 10 years ago. If your name wasn't Edward Cullen, you weren't cool. I swear to God, though, there's a girl that I know who's dating a guy and his name is Edward Cullen. Honestly, I think he's kayfabe. His name is Tyrone, but I think he's Edward Cullen undercover because he's really pale. I've often wanted to try to remind myself to kick his ass, but I haven't done it yet. But I really respect the Zombies franchise for all these supernatural creatures being involved in the franchise, because we have never seen a franchise where vampires, werewolves, witches, aliens, all of it could coexist in the one. And the cool thing is that we do see sirens and we do see mermaids and potentially pirates and witches see their introduction into the Zombies franchise. Apparently what the plot is going to be is mermaids will settle in Seabrook. And after mermaids settle in Seabrook, what's going to happen? Our sirens are going to try to overtake the sea and overtake the land, and witches, werewolves, vampires, and aliens are going to have to coexist and get on the same page to stop one of the greatest threats to ever be posed to Seabrook. I kind of like that. I really do. And I think that witches and mermaids are such innocent creatures that are kind of overrated. They're always looked at as being evil characters. You know, I can't say that I've ever had encounters with witches over the years. I've had encounters with people who actually thought they were vampires. God knows. I've dated a lot of girls that had this condition that actually thought they were vampires and didn't want to live their life any other way. I've never had encounters with actual witches. The closest resemblance resemblance to an encounter I've had with a witch is when I was dating a girl who, after her daughter passed away, inherited witchcraft to try to contact her daughter. I don't know if she succeeded in doing that, although she claimed with the help of a psychic she did. I can't say that I've ever had an actual encounter with a witch, but it's something that you should definitely refrain from doing, in all honesty. I love the zombies, and I love Descendants so much, and I just want to say thank you so much from my heart to yours for having subscribed to this YouTube channel. I know some of my videos are really out there and really crazy. I know I do live in a home near a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode, but I really do love creating these videos for each and every one of you and bringing Descendants and zombies to life in a way that it's never been brought to life before. I do believe that we will see Zombies 5 released sometime between now and 2027, or at least that's what the release window is suggesting, that we could see Zombies 5 released by 2027. I will go for a 3-year window release for this because it will give me time to put up more subscribers on this YouTube channel, with just over 2,770 having come in on this YouTube channel. And if in fact there is an alien invasion on the way to Earth to kill us all, I just want to put it out there that I will intend to create as many Descendants and Zombies videos as I possibly can for each and every one of you while I watch the trends on YouTube and what some of you guys are searching up, like Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland teasers, the Descendants 5 cast, the release window that's suggesting for the release of Descendants and Zombies. I'm really excited about it, and I promise you I will keep up to date with everything happening for you, and you will get your Descendants and Zombies videos on schedule, like many of the other YouTube creators out there fail to do for you. I feel like I've been attending Down Prep for forever, and I've been a resident of Seabrook for forever, because you guys have really given my life meaning and purpose, because years ago I was creating a lot of videos that weren't really making a whole lot of sense to a whole lot of people, and everybody just loved my channel so much for how I had an opinion about Descendants and Zombies, how I wanted to kick the ass of Dracula for forever after I had studied the book Dracula for forever in high school, how I had dated so many girls who I thought were vampires, lived across the street from neighbors who I thought were vampires, although they never did file a noise complaint against me when I would listen to Descendants music on a Bluetooth speaker like Life is Sweeter When You Are and Get Your Hands Dirty, which are beautiful songs. I honestly don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you, because you are incredibly supportive, and the love and respect that you have shown me for this YouTube channel I can't never seem to get enough of. I really admire Meg Dolly for just being a genuine person and being very honest with you about her battles with anxiety and panic attacks. It's a constant struggle. And I really do love the story of how she tried to win the heart of a guy one time by studying Japanese because he spoke it. Come to think of it, I've never had a girl actually study Japanese or any other language because I love this so much, and I wanted to hear somebody say, I love Batman in Japanese. By the way, Meg, if you can say, I love Batman in Japanese, give me a call. Or if anybody can say, I love Batman in Japanese, leave it for me in the comments. I love you guys so much, man, and I just love having the opportunity to create so many beautiful videos for you, to offer you inspiration. There is a chance that humans and zombies could live together in one world and coexist. There is so much of an opportunity to create with zombies. There's so much of a chance to dream and never give up on a dream. And I have never ever wanted you to quit on any dream that you may have had. Perhaps it's joining the cheerleading squad, joining the football team, joining the track and field team, lifting weights at a gym. Whatever that dream is for you, just hold on to that dream and keep holding on and never quit. Never quit on yourself, never quit on the ones you love. Always give them love and support and comfort, because I never think there is enough comfort or enough kind words said in this world, and you can really make a difference. You can really go the distance by spreading more kindness and saying more kind words to people who need it, because there is a guy in your life who's just waiting for you to tap them on the shoulder, or your girlfriend looking for emotional support that only you can offer or make happen for them. And I think that Zombies has inspired us to become stronger people and to really stand up for what we believe in, and I really concur with that. I really do believe in that. That's why I always make so many Zombies videos apart from Descendants videos. I know I have a lot of Descendants fans probably watching this video right now expecting a Descendants video to have dropped. I'll probably want to kick my ass, but even though you probably want to kick my ass, I just want to let you know that I will have another Descendants video for you later on tonight before the sun sets, and one final video before I sign off tonight, because I honestly cannot do this without each and every one of you. I don't know if a zombie apocalypse is going to break out. It could happen at any given moment, but we can never be too sure. All I know is that I love you guys so much for all the love and support you have shown this YouTube channel, and I honestly don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. You're probably talking about some niche, trying to attract some fans that probably would never pay any attention to me or even give me a chance. The Descendants and Zombies universe has embraced me with hugs ever since I first uploaded the very first video on this YouTube channel, and you girls keep subscribing, showing your love and support, and I can never thank you enough for it, which is more than you're going to hear any other YouTube creator go out of his or her way to say to you for being a Descendants or Zombies fan, because I honestly don't know where I'd be without all your love and support. You guys are incredible, and you're proving that if you stay calm and zombie on, all dreams are really possible, because that's really all you got to do is stay calm and zombie on. And if you don't do that, then you're pretty much lost and fighting a losing battle. Guys, be kind to one another. Spread so much kindness. It is truly unbelievable how kind each and every one of you are and how much you love these videos. Thank you so much from my heart to yours. I guess all that's left to be said is that you just got to stay calm and zombie on. I will talk to you later on again this evening. Be kind to one another. There's never enough kindness seen in this world. Bye, YouTube. Stay calm and zombie on, and we will talk again in just a few hours from now. Thank you so much for watching.